How's it going, everyone? Back again with another video. In this video, I'm just going to talk to you guys about probably my favorite topic and something that I care about more than anything when it comes to video games and stuff like that, and that is, of course, multiplayer games. And I'm just going to talk to you guys about the fact that we are in a new generation and we are in a well, it's a new year, so I mean, it's been about 2 weeks since the new year, but anyway, happy new year for everybody. I hope it's better than the previous piece of shit year, 2022, but I don't know about that. But anyway, I hope to God I'm wrong. But anyway, let's just talk about the topic in hand, which is multiplayer. And I've just want to talk to you guys about the fact that, being that we are in a new generation, of course. I mean, it's been 2 years, and I figured I'd just talk to you guys because the fact that we are in a new generation, usually between every single console generation, we always have that game franchise that is the big kid, I can't even talk properly, the big kid on the block. Like, when it comes to the Xbox, the original Xbox, it was Halo, and with the PS3, Xbox 360, it was COD, and with the PS4 and the Xbox Series X, it was those piece of shit Battle Royale games. But with this generation, we haven't really discovered the next big multiplayer game yet. So I just figured I'd talk to you guys about it and give you my thoughts on what that could be. But I'll be perfectly honest with you guys right now, I wouldn't have a fucking Scooby-Doo clue what that game is going to be, because I personally feel like the trend of the 8th generation, which was those Battle Royale games, I do believe that the 15 minutes of fame of those fucking games are coming to an end. Like, I feel like the Battle Royale scene is starting to fall off, and I, for one, could not be happier. I'm so fucking happy about that, because you guys know how I feel about those piece of shit games, and I feel like it's 15 minutes of fame are coming to an end, because I feel like Fortnite is fallen off. I feel like any of the other Battle Royale games, like PUBG, is dead. What else is there? You got the Warzone games as well, and I feel like they've not as people are not happy about Warzone 2, and I, for one, I just before this video, I figured I'd give Warzone 2 a chance, and oh my god, guys, like, wow, what the fuck is that piece of shit? That has to be, oh my god, like, Warzone 2. Wow, I thought the first one was garbage. I thought Warzone 1 was a piece of shit. Wow, I am lost for words at how bad Warzone 2 is. And yeah, it is absolutely garbage, guys. Like, it is horrible. I can see why people don't really like it. I can see why it's dying already, because that game is got to be one of the most boring, absolutely fucking insomnia-inducing piece of shit game I've ever played in my life. I mean, it's up for debate about being one of the most boring games I've ever played, but it is up there. Like, I played a few games, and that shit was fucking absolutely garbage. Absolutely fucking awful. I cannot believe that there is people out there that like the Battle Royale game genre, because it is boring enough as itself, but Warzone 2 just fucking rockets it into the next stratosphere of it being one of the most boring, uninteresting piece of shit games I've ever played in my life. So yeah, I'm just going to talk to you guys about what can be the next big multiplayer game coming out, because there always is one, and we're in the 9th generation right now, and yeah, I figured I'd just talk to you guys about what that could be, but yeah, I'm not 100% sure on it, but let's just get right into it. With 2023, this year is supposed to be a pretty good year when it comes to video games. As in, there's a lot of games that are on everyone's radar, and you know, that's great. I'm very happy about that. But the only problem is that they're all single player games, and me personally, I care about multiplayer games more than anything. So, in terms of the multiplayer scene of games that are coming out, there's a few games that are sort of on my radar. I will start. They're on my radar, but I'm just not sure if they're gonna set the world on fire. I will start with a game that I made a video on about a year ago, XDefiant. I mean, that game looks okay. It looks alright. I mean, I ain't gonna lie to you and say that it looks amazing or stuff like that. But it looks quite interesting. It's an FPS. I mean, I care about FPSs more than anything. And it looks okay, but it doesn't look like it's going to set the world on fire. However, two things. Well, the good news is that XDefiant, I just read about it. I knew about it a couple of months ago, but they say that there isn't going to be any skill-based matchmaking when it comes to it. And I'll tell you what, guys, mainly, being that they've said that there's going to be no skill-based matchmaking in casual games, I'll let you guys know right now, even though if this game is going to be average, I'll tell you what, due to the fact that there's going to be no SBMMM, I'll let you know right now that people are going to be interested in it just due to that fact. That being that skill-based matchmaking has been an absolute, stage 4 fucking brain cancer in terms of multiplayer games. The fact that this XDefiant won't have it, I'll let you guys know right now that might intrigue a few people. It's intrigued me about picking this game up, even if it's, not the best game in the world. Being that there's no skill-based matchmaking, I will pick that game up regardless, just because of that fact. I reckon a few people will do that as well. So, XDefiant has a chance of being a pretty good game. You never know. It could blow us out of the water. I don't think it will, but you never know. So, that game is sort of on my radar. I said the good news about it. The bad news is that it's a fucking Ubisoft game. Oh man, Ubisoft have just they have been absolutely, they haven't been their normal self for the past decade. I remember in the back in 2005, 6, 7, when I used to see that purple logo and a game told me there was a Ubisoft game, I was looking forward to it because Ubisoft was quality back then. But nowadays they're garbage for the most part. They do have a few games that I wouldn't say are terrible, but most of them have been pretty much below par. So yeah, good news about XDefiant, no skill-based matchmaking. Bad news is it's a fucking Ubisoft game. So that's one game that is sort of on my radar. Apart from that, I mean, I don't know. There isn't really that much to be overly excited about. I mean, at the Video Game Awards, they showed that June game. That's an MMO. I mean, you never know with that game. It looks interesting. I ain't gonna say, it's gonna be the next big thing, but that's another game that is sort of on my radar. But yeah, guys, apart from that, there isn't really that much to be overly excited about. I mean, I couldn't begin to describe to you guys what will be the next big multiplayer game coming out. There hasn't really been that much in this generation to begin with. The only real game that I thought that could have been pretty good and was actually quite fun was Destruction All-Stars. Back when the PlayStation 5 first came out, that game came out, and I played it day one, and I'll tell you what, that game was actually really good. In terms of fun factor, I really enjoyed it. For a multiplayer game, I liked the maps, I liked the destruction of the cars. It was like Rocket League, but a little bit more funner, if that is even a word, funner. But it was way more it was enjoyable. But the only problem is that it was a PlayStation 5 exclusive when the PlayStation 5 was fucking rarer than, a fucking soccer ball worth of gold. No one had a PlayStation 5 when this game came out, and it died immediately, that game. So, when it comes to making a game that needs to be the next big multiplayer game, it needs to be console. It needs to be on the PlayStation, Xbox, and the PC, because if you make a game just for one multiplayer game just for one specific console, it ain't gonna take off. It ain't. This ain't 2007 anymore with Halo 3 and stuff like that, where you can put one multiplayer game on one console and it can be exceptionally popular like Halo. Those days are gone. Like, I just don't see a multiplayer game coming out on one console and it being popular. Like, if Destruction All-Stars was on multiple consoles, I'll let you know right now, it wouldn't be fucking DOA. Like, it wouldn't be at the cemetery right now for how dead that game is, because it was actually a really enjoyable game. And it would have had way more longevity if it was on the Xbox and the PC. So when it comes to the developers, you need, whatever game it is, it needs to be on it needs to be multi-console. So the people who did Destruction All-Stars, I think I had a look at it before I started this. It's Lucid Games. For Destruction All-Stars 2, whatever contract you have with Sony, just tear it up and make it multi-console. Because I'll let you know right now, if Destruction All-Stars 2 comes out, I'll let you know it will be it will be pretty popular, because it was actually quite a good game, because it was actually really fun. The only problem I had with that game was the double XP in the middle. That shit was that shit was terrible. The fact that someone could get double XP, just do nothing for 3/4 of the game, get a double XP and then tear it up, like, no skill in that. So, but that's a different topic. But yeah, other than that, guys, this generation so far, there has been no multiplayer games to be excited about. I personally believe that COD, Halo, Gears, and Battlefield are not gonna. I think they're done. I think they're finished. I don't think they'll ever be as popular as they was, especially COD and Halo. Like, they're finished. Like, with COD and Modern Warfare 2, no one's playing that game. No one's playing Halo Infinite, and yeah, it's over for those two franchises. The only hope that COD has is that if Microsoft does take them over, if that deal does go through, and just completely revamps the franchise, literally just makes. I mean, if it was up to me, I'd be making a game with COD 4, Modern Warfare 2, and Modern Warfare 3, with all just together, with all the guns and the kill streaks all in one game. If they did that, then maybe that franchise would benefit, or a World at War remaster. Other than that, that franchise is done. Halo is done with for free industries. Like, that, they're done out here as well. I just don't see it. Oh yeah, I forgot to mention, well, while we're talking about Halo, maybe there might be something going on with Bungie. Whatever game that they're going to do, I mean, with Sony, even though Sony bought them, you never know what could happen with that. I mean, it could be a really good game, whatever they're making. But like I said, it needs to be multi-console. Even though Sony have bought them, they can still make it multi-console if they want to. And if they want to be if it's a good game, yeah, like it could be pretty good, whatever it is. If it's a multiplayer game and it's not a complete piece of shit, it's not Destiny 3. If it is Destiny 3, don't even worry about it. He can just throw that shit in the bin, because Destiny is, in my opinion, garbage. Like, nowhere near as popular as Halo. So if they're doing Destiny 3, don't even worry. Just disregard everything I just said. But if it turns out to be a new multiplayer game, it could be interesting. Like, it'd be good if it was a fucking military FPS. That would be really good, but you never know. But anyway, guys, yeah, just when it comes to multiplayer games, I wouldn't have a fucking Scooby-Doo clue what the next big thing is going to be. My hopes are set really low for it. I mean, you never know. There could be some developer that we have, like, that we have no idea who they are, like, wouldn't have a clue what they are, and they come out with a game that just blows us out of the water. Like, I hope to God that is the case. Like, that is my dream. Like, I'm being Martin Luther King. That's my fucking dream, that some developer that we wouldn't have a fucking clue who they are comes out with a multiplayer game that is fun, enjoyable, and everybody can play it. Not just 12-year-olds with the battle royale scene and Fortnite and all that garbage. But yeah, just comes out with a game that just blows us all out of the water, and that's multi-console, that everybody can play, and it can be, and it's really popular. That's my dream. But I don't know. I'm a glass half empty type person. I just don't see it for the moment. I hope to God I'm wrong, but yeah, I do not have my hopes up. But anyway, guys, that's just a quick video on it, because like I said, when it comes to generations, there's always a game that comes out in that generation that turns out to be the next big thing. Like I said, with COD in the 7th generation, Halo with the Xbox, and those piece of shit battle royale games in the 8th generation. Well, something needs to come out in the 9th generation, and if you're a game developer, now's the time to do it, because we are in uncharted waters. Because like I said, I feel like the battle royale 15 minutes of fame is over. I don't think that there is going to be another battle royale game that just keeps that game genre alive, and I couldn't be more happy about that, because like I said, I've beat that horse to death how I feel about the battle royale genre and how absolutely fucking atrocious that piece of shit is. The worst game genre I've ever seen out of all of them, out of MMOs, out of JRPGs, out of RPGs, out of everything. I would say RTSs, out of everything. That is the worst game genre out of all of them, and I for one couldn't be happy that that shit is falling off a cliff and it's over. So, but yeah, guys, I don't know what the next big thing is going to be. I hope to God it comes out soon, because I am so desperate for any multiplayer game, guys. I could not care what it is. It could be a fucking card game. It could be a fucking men's beach volleyball game. I don't care what it is, as long as it's a multiplayer game that's fun and everybody can play it and we all enjoy it. So yeah, guys, that's just my video for today. I hope you guys enjoyed this. I'm going to hit the road. I will see you guys in the next video. I've got no idea what it's going to be, but anyway, I'll see you guys soon. Hope you guys enjoyed this, and have a good one. Alright, bye.